evening. Let me see. I think I am live. Good evening, everyone, and how are you doing this beautiful Wednesday evening? So it is the 8th day of the new year. Are you still committed to your goals? If you are still committed to your goals, okay, let's say you set new goals for the year. And this is day 8. If you're still committed to your goals, then I want to say congratulations. You are doing a good job. You are doing a good job. So, welcome to one of my chit chats. You know how we do it. I like to come in here, and I've been doing this for a few days, okay, because there is so much, there is a lot to share, about why it is important that our children are introduced to mentorship as early as possible. All right, we're going to be sharing another reason why early mentorship is critical. Another reason why introducing your children to mentorship early is an advantage. You know how we say that as a parent, you could be an advantage or a disadvantage to your child. Many times we parents turn out to be disadvantageous or become to be disadvantaged, become a disadvantage to their child, right? Without even knowing it. I was listening to the owner of Coach Charis the other day, and he was talking about how in so many cases we kill the dreams of our children, and he gave an instance of his child or his children wanting to ride bikes, and he wouldn't allow them do that. Meanwhile, that he talked about his 16-year-old wanting to ride a bike at some point, okay, or when he was 16, one of his children, and how he had vehemently refused it. Meanwhile, he remembered that he started riding one when he was 11. So in that interview, he was talking about how, in many instances, we kill the dreams of our children, as parents in today's age, right? We kill their dreams because we are so afraid. We're parenting them, with so much fear that, we think that the things that we could achieve, they cannot achieve for some reason. So I guess he was saying if people trusted us and allowed, or he was talking about himself now, if someone trusted him, or if he learned on his own and learned through his mistakes when he was as young as 11, why isn't he giving his child an opportunity to stretch themselves, to find their way in the midst of you know probably tough times or something, of seek a way to navigate or learn to navigate on their own. All right, so I understand what he's talking about. It's a generation, or it's such a time, at a time like this, we notice how parents are becoming more and more protective. We're becoming more and more protective of our children, such that we're even hindering them from trying things on their own. There is the culture of saving our children from every situation, saving them from every tough scenario, saving them from every tough situation, and all of that. And if we keep doing these things, we don't allow our children take initiatives on their own, then we would be leaving them unempowered, basically. And so today we're looking at another reason why early mentorship is important amongst our children. And today we're talking about how when we introduce children to mentorship early, we make them learn how to be committed. We make them learn how to be committed. We make them take responsibility. Sorry, sorry. We make them take responsibility. Sorry about that. We make them take responsibility for themselves and responsibility for their responsibilities responsibility for their commitments, responsibility for the goals that they set for themselves, right? Today I was sharing this morning, about the goals that we set as a family, right? This year, as a family, we decided to set goals, to set one goal instead of many goals as we would do in the past. And, in the same spirit, we did that with the children in the mastermind. We actually told them to set just one goal instead of setting so many goals, right? Focus on one area. And this is the thing, when children are in mentorship programs, when children, especially the children who we work with in the mastermind circle, right, in our peer mentorship, our mentorship and accountability program, right, what happens in the program, right, it's that we allow the children, or we guide the children to set goals for themselves. So we take in children as early as when they're 5. So your 5-year-old comes into the program and we guide them through a process, right? We guide them through a process in our system where they can set small goals for themselves. Could be just a single goal, one single goal that covers an area of the child's life that we want to focus on, for a period. Could be for a period of one, for a quarter of a year. It could be for a half year, right? It could be for a full year. All right. So when the children come in, the younger they are, the less the length of the period or the tenor of their goals. So we get them to set these goals, and we have very specific, right? Or we have, yes, very specific things that we want to achieve. Or we get the children to be specific about what it is that they want to achieve. So sometimes you see the children say they want to learn how to cook a meal or two meals. So that's really very specific. It's very specific, is measurable, right? It's measurable, is very specific, is, ecological, it's something that can be measured, can be tracked, right? And then we put timelines to this. Now we sit with the children and we ask them, what are the things that you can do to achieve these goals? Sometimes the children will set goals like, I want to read a chapter of the scripture once in a day. I want to have a quiet time for 15 minutes once in a day. I want to study for an hour every day. So these are very straightforward. These are very specific goals. They are not ambiguous in any way. They are not, they are really specific, and they can be measured, they can be tracked. So that's it. So we get the children to start setting goals like this. It could be goals around the habits they want to learn, so they can set goals like, I will make my bed as soon as I wake up every day. I will clean my closet once in a week. We get the children to that place where they set specific goals like this. And after setting these goals, we don't just go away, or we don't just assume that the children would do this and get this right on their own. So what we do is we now work with the children and we point them to, what you can do to achieve each of these goals. We get them to, state 1, 2, 3 things that they can do daily to achieve these goals. And so when you go through this, you realize that the children are involved. Now, their dynamics are put into consideration. You're putting in the dynamics. Some of the kids will come back from school at 2. Some children do not get back home till about 5. Some of them do extracurricular activities. Whatever it is, you are able to pay attention or help the child pay attention to their dynamics. And this could be your 5-year-old, your 6-year-old, or your 13-year-olds. Remember, the mastermind circle, we work with children between 5 and 14. So we sit with these children and we help them break this like this. So they break it down like this. And at the end of the day, we break those, short-term or long-term goals into daily goals, right? We break them into monthly focus, area of focus, first of all, and then we go on and break them down into daily goals. Now, after breaking them down into daily goals, we still don't leave the children like that. We take all the goals that the children have set right at the beginning of the cohorts, and we use those goals and incorporate them with our curriculum. So we incorporate the goals. We see most times, see, parenting is universal. These children are going through, these children are, give and take in the same place, sort of, especially if you're dealing with children, along the same age range. You realize that the same thing repeats itself, over and over again. So we're able to take all of these goals that the children have set and we incorporate these goals into our curriculum, right? And so the curriculum throughout the course of the cohorts is woven, right? It's woven, the goals that the children have set is woven into our curriculum. And so we now go to work and break this down. That's why we take a whole month to set goals in the mastermind circle. Yes, when the children come in, the whole of the first 4 weeks that they come in, we're setting goals, we're looking at their goals, we're breaking the goals down because we are goal oriented, right? The mastermind is goal oriented because we want to help children take initiative. We want to help children understand that they're responsible for their lives. So we want the children to be self-aware. So we point them to self-awareness, and then we help them understand their strength. We help them understand their weaknesses. We help them pay attention to their talents and their skills, their interests, okay? And we rope all of them. We point them to roping all of this into the goals that they are setting for the year. All right. And so when we put all of this together, we're able to, point the children. And so the children feel involved because we're not talking about some abstract things. We're talking about the things that they know about themselves, the goals that they've set about themselves. So it is relatable. So what we do in the mastermind is usually relatable. The children can all relate to what we are doing because one way or the other, at one point or the other, you will see yourself in the curriculum. You will see your challenges in the curriculum. You will see the goals that you have set for yourself in the curriculum at one point or the other. And so we break this down, and then the children are working daily. So there's something every day. There's a tool, right? There's a tool or there's an activity that you are reminded to do. There's a small tool that you're doing every day that is pushing you or that is gearing towards you achieving your goal. So, and then we don't leave it at that. We also offer accountability to the children. So we offer accountability to the children in such a way that they do a report. We have a report system where the children are reporting, whether or not they were able to achieve this. We have a feedback system where we give them feedback. All right. And so when we see that the children are not doing the needful, there's a way we also call them back, or there's a way we also reach out to them and then point out to the fact that you are not doing this, you're not doing that. How are you going to achieve your goals? So early mentorship, or getting your child into a mentorship system like the mastermind circle, would actually put your child in that place where the child learns to set goals for themselves, learns to plan to achieve the goals, and then, of course, goes ahead to achieve the goals. So it helps children to start taking initiative and start owning their lives and leading that life. So yes, one very important thing that early mentorship does is it offers accountability and support to your child. So regular meetings, our check-ins, in the mastermind, all of this creates the structure and the environment for accountability. And now when the children know that, right, we are checking on them, when they know that we are interested in their progress, it gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of belonging. It gives them a sense of motivation. So they are motivated, right? They know that they have someone or they have a system to be accountable to. All right. It also provides, right? The system also provides a means to track their efforts, right? To track the effort that is required for them to actualize their goals. So this is one very strong reason why mentorship should be introduced, or you should give your child the opportunity, right, to get into a mentorship system or program as early as possible. Number two, shared experiences and motivation. In the mastermind circle, we say it's a peer mentorship, okay, an accountability group. So the children amongst themselves offer support to each other. They have shared experiences. They motivate each other. We have a unique system, a unique body system in the mastermind circle, where you have someone who is responsible, more like someone who feels like they need to support, who is someone who is encouraged to support you, directly. So we have that system where they are looking out for each other, where they are checking on each other, and when they are helping each other to actually achieve, or to do the things that they need to do. So that shared experience, by sharing our goals and our progress with our peers, right, the children are able to learn from each other, right? They learn from each other, others' experiences. They actually get encouraged by each other's achievements, all right? And of course, this becomes a reason for self motivation amongst the children. This is such a powerful tool that we have and we use in the mastermind that has yielded results over and over again. Some of the children have been together for 2 years, for 3 years. And that's the thing with the mastermind. It's so close knit that the children get connected. They know themselves, they get connected. So when they get back, to a new cohort, it's a case of, oh, yeah, it's good to have you back. So it's nice to see you. I like that you're here. Like, that kind of thing. We create that kind of, environment for them. All right. So it's a goal refinement and strategy development, place. So we're able to strategize with the children. We're able to put things together. We're able to collaborate, right, with the parents and the children, basically. So it's a collaborative environment that we have in the mastermind circle that allows the children to refine their goals, that allow parents, right, to also grow and work alongside the children. And of course, you now have a community in us, and you have a support system in us, even as a parent. So we are constantly bouncing off ideas. Parents are constantly bouncing off ideas with us. Now you have someone that when the child is not speaking to you, the child is speaking to us other times, or the child is speaking to both of us. So you realize that over the child's head, we can come, the parents and we and the parents can actually, come and agree on certain things, and, still appear, before the children, with one voice and all of that. So it helps children to build confidence, it helps them to build trust, it helps them to know, right, and to feel comfortable knowing that they have a solid, or they have solid, they have support systems that they can fall back to, and of course, it validates what it is, right? Mentorship validates what it is that you are doing, or what it is that you are saying to your child. The process can help children develop more realistic and achievable goals, as well as identify their potential obstacles, and of course, develop effective strategies to overcome them. So, in a mentorship system, we are strategic, right? And we are very objective. All right. So the system is strategic, it's objective, and it's able to, support children without judging them. It's able to support children, right, effectively, like that. All right. So it also celebrates, we also, of course, celebrate their achievements, and we acknowledge their progress in the mastermind circle. We have a system of, feedback, where a weekly system of feedback, where we actually give feedback on the children's, activities and the progress and all of that. So that system encourages, of course, it acknowledges the effort that children have made, encourages, encourages and raises the bar for them to push themselves, even more. Of course, offers support for those who are struggling, and all of that. So it's such a robust system that, allows children to win. And even when they are not winning, or when they are going through obstacles, or going through setbacks, they still feel empowered because they have a solid support system, right? That is willing to, that we are always there, willing, right, to support them and to offer, a helping hand no matter what. All right. So the last thing I'm going to be sharing today is it helps, of course, to develop a growth mindset. When children are in the mastermind circle, the children in the mastermind circle, um, have great perspective to a lot of subjects. Yes. So because we introduce them to meaningful conversations early, we introduce them to the concept, okay, of perspective, right? We help them understand that, there are different ways that we can see a particular issue, a particular subject, right? We can see things in different ways. So it's important that they pay attention to, other people's perspective and allow and leave an open mind, basically. All right. So we have an analogy that's very common in the mastermind circle. We say to the children, if you go outside and there's a tree in front of your house, look at it. All right. If you're looking at it from the front door, you could be seeing, seeing the tree in a different light. Think about someone who's probably upstairs in the house and is looking at the tree, from the top, touring. The person is looking down at the tree. Do you think the person will be seeing the same view that you are seeing? The children know that no, they may be seeing a different view altogether because of their position and their experience at that time. All right. And then we say to them, how about the person on the other side of the road? Would they be seeing the same thing? And the children know that they won't. So we use this concept to help them understand the fact that we could be looking at the same thing and yet we all have different perspective. And usually those perspectives would be as a result of our positions, our experiences, and how we generally view life based on, of course, our experiences, and where exactly we're coming from. So with this, you help your children become more rational. You help them become more, accommodating of other people's, perspective. You help them, to be tolerant, of other people's views and their perspective. And that's a strong thing that we have in the mastermind. So we also use the book reading and review system to help them understand the concept, of different perspective. We help them understand that perspectives can be different through all of these means. Okay, so developing a growth mindset is one strong thing that your child will gain when they get into mentorship systems as early as possible. So through shared experiences and collaborative problem solving in the mastermind, children can develop growth mindsets. They recognize the challenges and setbacks, are opportunities for learning. They understand that their perspective may be different from the perspective of the next person. Now, this mindset would also fosters resilience in the children, of course, fosters perseverance, right? Tolerance, right? And of course, it enhances the general quality of their lives and, of course, of their conversation and their outlook to life. So, when children are allowed to, when children are given the opportunity, rather, right, to be mentored and to be a part of a mentorship system, especially one that is effective for their age, one that is effective for the level of development, okay, one that pays attention, right, to the need of the child, then you realize that you are opening up a whole line of, opportunities for the child. You're opening up a whole line, right, of, opportunity for the child to learn how to set goals, stay on their goals, and achieve, those goals through self-direction and the support that they get from their mentors, and in the case of the mastermind, from peer mentorship, even amongst their peers. So if you are a parent and you have a child between 5 and 12, today is exactly 7 days before the next cohort of the mastermind circle, the foundation cohorts. It begins on the 15th of January. All right. halfway into the month, right? On the 15th of January, the cohort will begin. So you can get your child on board, okay? Get your child, enroll your child for the mastermind circle today so that the child will join our foundation cohort and will be a part of all of the amazing things. We have so much that is packed in the next 7 to 8 months of the mastermind circle. The foundation cohort will stretch from January up until August, right? Where the entire cohort for 2020 and 2025 ends, and then we start a new cohort in September. All right, so you want to key in and take this opportunity, especially if you are a parent of a very young child. 5 year olds, 6 year olds, this is the time to get them in. All right, this is the time to get them in into a system. This is the time you want to step in and begin to, program them for, you program them for personal development. You want to put in the seeds, right, or personal development. You want your children to become, to understand the importance of this, of developing this part of their life, and you want to do it as early as possible so that it becomes something that they internalize as early as possible, so that this becomes a part of their lives. You don't want to leave personal development, self-fulfillment, right, taking initiative, developing executive functioning skills, working, you are independent, working in collaboration with partners, to, support your child. You don't want to leave that until your children are way into their teens. It becomes difficult with each passing day. All right. A lot of times what we get is pushback when you leave mentorship until your children are teenagers. The children are pushing back. They are in that place, or they are at that place in their life where all of a sudden they just want to do what they want, what pumps adrenaline or dopamine, into their system, what is exciting, what their friends think is exciting. That's what the children want to do in their teens when they become teenagers. So what you want is, you want to put their default mode to be, a growth mindset. You want their default to be, self-discipline and, self-fulfillment. You want it to be a part of the child to develop himself. He understands the place of developing himself. He loves to learn. He enjoys learning. You want the child to be in that place where they already know how to have meaningful conversations before they become teenagers, where they know how to sit to a video game, they know how to sit to a football match, they know how to sit to a TV show, and they also know how to sit comfortably at a conference, and they also know how to sit at a place where they are leaders and they are actually the ones who are delivering the learning points, all right, delivering their value, right, on platforms, in situations, giving their services, being productive, being creative. You want to raise a child that is who is an all-rounder, right? You want to raise a child who is wholesome, right? Who can enjoy all these different aspects of life, even while they are young. So by the time they are teenagers, you want the child to fit into all of these shoes that I've just mentioned. If you don't do this early, what you're doing is, you just have a child at 16, you have your teenagers, and all they want to do is music, wokeness, music, dress up, TikTok. So you have made your child one-sided because you didn't introduce them to all of these other things that have got depth. So you'll just be raising a child who is shallow-minded, and all their conversations are about what musician, Charlie Poppy, this one, what music, do you have the lyrics, have you seen that video, what did you see on your phone? Do you understand? You will make them that superficial if you don't get them in that place where they begin to have meaningful conversations today. I'm going to stop right here. If you would like to enroll your child straight up for the mastermind circle, then we have the information scrolling right now on your screen on Facebook and YouTube, not on Instagram. All right, on Instagram, please just check the comment section. Check the comment section on all platforms also, or on the description. and you will see the information that you need to enroll your child for the mastermind circle today. We have 7 days. We're counting down to the induction ceremony for our new members of the for the foundation cohort of the mastermind circle. On the 15th, we are counting down. The induction comes up that weekend of the 15th, thereabouts, right? The weekend after, the weekend of that period. All right, so you want to get your child in today as soon as possible, because at the end of this month, the day it becomes the 30th of January, all registration ends in the mastermind for 2025 cohorts. You are unable to get in again. You won't be able to get in again. You have to wait till next year for your child to join. And I promise you, what is in the mastermind is not what you want to leave on the table. All right. So thank you very much if you joined me today. Thank you. I hope and I know you got value from the session. Please share with us what you're taking away. All right. And if you are willing to now get your child to a mentorship system, because you now understand why this is necessary. All right. So share with us. And if you want the details to enroll, you have it all there. You can even reach us on our number. It's on your screen, but it's 0813062156. The Mastermind Circle is very affordable. It's one of the most affordable programs that you have for the quality and effectiveness of the system. I am not even, I'm not capping. I'm telling you this for free. All right. Thank you very much for joining us today. Have a fantastic evening. Good night. Bye for now. Bye. Bye. Bye.